Happy May. I cannot believe I am in the last month before our baby girl is to come. And like always, I love to start the months off in the beginning with a deep clean. And our place has kind of just become a little bit messy due to just kind of focusing on getting her nursery ready and just everything. But I knew that this would probably be the last time I could get a deep clean in before she gets here. And you guys know how much I love these deep cleans. And, unfortunately, I know I am like 8 months pregnant and this is like so hard to do right now, is just moving around and getting stuff done. But I knew this is something I really wanted to do and I really enjoyed doing. And like I tell you guys, every time I do a deep clean, I love doing these deep cleans in the beginning of the month because I started doing like every Monday, I started wiping stuff down and, doing the floors and all that. But there's those little like nitty gritty things that I don't do, like deep cleaning the whole toilet and getting at the base, or even in the kitchen, doing like underneath the stovetop or doing the refrigerator. There's just certain things you don't do on a daily basis that I like doing with these, beginning of the month deep cleans. And I'm always someone who I love having our space clean. And just right now with having everything just very cluttered and just all over the place, it just makes me feel out of sorts. Also, we still had our St. Patrick Day decorations up and some of the stuff from Ken's birthday that I'm taking down today too. Just because, again, just get everything ready to go for May. I really can't believe that we're already in May. I can't believe how quickly this pregnancy is gone. Just like everything is coming to a final head and we're excited to meet our baby girl. But no matter how I felt, this is something I really wanted to do. And like always, I start in the bathroom and then work my way to the kitchen into the living room. Just how I've always done it. It's just the easiest way for me to get stuff done. And I love starting the bathroom, especially downstairs, just because it's just working my way through, our townhouse. Again, because it's hard to bend over, this is a scrubbing tool that I actually use in the tub upstairs. And I decided I would use it at the bottom of the toilet, cleaning it and then putting a rag on it and just kind of wiping everything down. Again, if you've been pregnant, you know how hard it is to even get down or close to getting down on the floor to do anything. Another thing I actually did is on the side of the toilet, on the left side, I can't really get our steam mop into that side, so I actually took that little scrubby thing, scrubbed the ground, put the rag on it and wiped it up. Again, just making things easier for me. But I think I've always told you guys with these deep cleans, there is just something about getting things clean, having things organized, and I just love doing it. And I just know that once our baby girl is here, I'm not going to be doing this once a month. Maybe, after she gets a little bit bigger and she's sleeping and taking naps, I might be able to do this. But I have to take this time to do it while I can, because I know things are about to change for us, and that's in a good way. But, things are going to change. And another thing I don't think maybe I showed you once before, is that I clean out the cat's water fountain bowl. Every beginning of the month I clean it out for them just to make sure that there's not mold and stuff in it. Recently I did change out this little pad that helps keep the watered filter and cleaned. So we bought some of those and it lasts about a month. So I just put a new one in when I did this deep clean, because the old one was old. So I love being able to just get this clean for them again, just because water sits, it kind of just gets moldy and there's stuff that is in the water when you lift it up. So I like being able to get it clean for them and make sure they have clean water, and I'm not concerned about them drinking gross water. And now that the bathroom is done, I start on the kitchen. I always start on the one side near the sink, and then I kind of go to the other side where the stove and everything is. But again, starting from the bottom to top, because you're going to wipe stuff on the floor and it's going to get the floor dirty. I've learned that so many times in different ways that I need to do things a certain way. I don't think I actually showed you guys, but I did take this coffee machine apart and I actually cleaned the water tank. Of course, we drink coffee enough where the water tank is constantly getting new water, but I like that I'm able to take it apart, kind of wash it out and get it all cleaned, put fresh water in, and not have to worry about that again. Just because you worry about getting mold and stuff in there and you just don't want to be drinking like moldy water or nasty water. And then just kind of refilling the coffee things. Of course, my hands are slippery, so they kept falling out of my hands. So I just kind of left that in. Something else that I do probably on a daily is I dishwash their dishes. I mean, sometimes the dishwasher doesn't get them fully dry, so I put them in the sink, and then the next day I will take them out. Like, these ones were still kind of wet, so I was kind of wiping them down as I go. But I like doing this as part of a morning routine, just so then they're not sitting in the sink. And if the night before I ran the dishwasher, then I can put the stuff that's in the dishwasher in the sink. I don't think this time we ran the dishwasher, so I was just kind of putting, stuff away, and also the stuff that is next to the sink or stuff that I kind of hand washed, because I do put stuff in the dishwasher, but then if we're using certain things, I will, put them in the sink, and then I'll just hand wash them because the dishwasher is running. And I hate when dishes just pile up on the sink. It drives me insane. So I really try to keep up with everything. Again, another thing that I'm doing is just wiping down the sink. Again, that's not something that I normally do, but in these deep cleans, I really clean the sinks unless I see something that's really dirty and I'm like, oh, I don't like that. Then of course I will wipe it down. But just doing these little tiny things to keep everything clean and everything organized. And again, if you see little bits and pieces throughout the week or every Monday when I wipe stuff down, then I am able to just wipe it down. But doing this just helps, get again into those little places you normally wouldn't be able to get, filling soaps and everything too. I do that when they're needed. I actually have these two little things that are actually for dressings, but I use them to put soap in because we don't use them for what they're actually used for. And it's nice just to open it, put a little thing of soap on my rag or on a dish and be able to clean it. And I think it's just funny to me that out of all the places in our our townhouse that get dirty, the kitchen gets dirty the most. I'm constantly wiping it down and doing the floors and everything. And I think that's just because you're always cooking stuff and always using the kitchen. So I think, the kitchen always will be one of the places that is dirtiest. If you get stuff on the counter and you wipe it on the floor and just all of that, I've just learned that is one of the places that I clean a lot of the time, more than other places. Again, cleaning the microwave. I actually do clean the microwave more often than, just these one time in the beginning of the month, just because it does kind of get dirty depending on what you put in the microwave. But I kind of just wiping everything down again. This is something that on a Monday or even during the week, if I find that it is dirty, I will wipe it down. And I did start sweeping just this side of the floor just because there was so much stuff on the floor. Even cat food. Our cats, when they eat, he gets little crumbs on the floor and then I step on them and it drives me insane. So I just kind of swept this side of the floor and then stopped sweeping when I got to the other side. Again, the other side of our kitchen really doesn't have much. It's just, the stove, the little place where we have our air fryer and then the fridge. So I think this side really is what gets most of the crumbs on the floor because when you're cooking and all that. So again, I'm showing you, I'm taking the burners out and the little collectors and I actually washed those individually just because, again, little crumbs get in there and I'm not wiping it out as much as I probably should be. I need to get in the habit of when stuff drops down in there, just kind of wiping it. But again, just kind of getting in between everything, lifting the bottom. This time it actually wasn't as bad because I kind of do try to get the stuff off the top before it falls through, but just getting that done. I also do that for the inside of the oven. If we cook something and the next day I see that there's stuff at the bottom of the oven, I'll just wipe it out. But again, I am 8 months pregnant, and how I would normally do this was like getting down and really getting in there. But again, it is hard and exhausting, and I was definitely out of breath, so I got what I could. And like I said, just kind of this little top, wiping down the side of the fridge. I didn't do the inside of the fridge just because it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So I finished doing the floor and called it a day for the kitchen. But normally during these deep cleans, I think I've showed you guys before that I definitely do the inside of the fridge. But this time we had just gone shopping. There was a bunch of stuff in there. I was not worrying about it. Also, again, there's just baby stuff everywhere. Stuff from Ken's birthday. So kind of just taking a minute to pause and collect the things that needed to go places. We're kind of like on the table right here. I don't have my desk upstairs anymore. As you guys have seen, the, second bedroom is a nursery, and they used to be my office, so I just have been piling my stuff up on the table just because this is where I do my work now, at the table. But it was just everywhere, and I didn't have anything organized. And I have my backpack that I kind of store everything in. I also had the jackets and just pens everywhere and a winter hat. It was just really unorganized. So I got my backpack, I organized everything so I kind of know where stuff is and I'm not worried about it. I put, some of the winter stuff away. There were actually chairs that were left out for when family came in for Ken's birthday. So we don't need all these extra chairs at the table. We usually only have 2 at the table, just one for me, one for him. So I ended up putting the chairs back in the closet. Just again, so there's more room. Sometimes we like to push the table up against the wall. That's what it is. And then just kind of wiping down the table. We have started eating our meals at the table. We used to eat them on the little table that is in the living room to watch TV, but we decided that recently, within the last few months, that we wanted to kind of spend time talking and decided to eat at the table again. Also, again, boxes from nursery items and all that. And part of the thing that I love to do is just washing all the blankets on the couches. Now, we have this little tool that if there's cat hair, I kind of get everything off. But doing a really good wash, if they throw up and stuff on the couch and all that, we'll definitely do that. But other than that, I just kind of vacuum it or use this little tool to get things off. And again, birthday decorations are still up on the wall. So I took the time to just take everything down. We kept talking about doing it, and we just never got around to it. So I took this day to say, okay, these are coming down. The next decorations I think that would go up are kind of the 4th of July ones for Memorial Day, and then those could stay up for June and July. We haven't put any decorations up yet, but it was kind of just getting these decorations out of the way. And again, there's just garbage that is by the front door that kind of just needs to be taken out. Usually we load it up in the back of Ken's truck and then take it, but because Ken was at work, I just put everything kind of in the garage right now because he's not putting his car in the garage since it's been nice out. So we kind of just pile up garbage in there, and then once we have enough, we take it over. Again, just all the baby stuff that is around, little rockers and jumpers and swing, just everything in between that you get for a baby. So I kind of wanted to do this little front area. Again, we got rid of Ken's pinball machine, so that kind of opened up this area as well to put things once we decide where we want baby items to go. But just having this area open and really getting into this floor is really nice. Now, I was able to get like around the pinball machine. It's not like the pinball machine was like in the way that I couldn't clean, but it feels nice just to have this area open. Again, some of this baby stuff, like once we figure out exactly where we want things to go, then it'll be open a little bit more. This mat at the front door always gets so dirty, of course, because it's collecting the things that you're dragging in from the outside. But again, being able to get this area just cleaned and organized, swept, vacuumed. And again, just doing the floor. Not that this area like gets super dirty on the floor. I'm really good at just like picking everything up, but I just like having everything clean. Like I definitely learned that from my mom, watching her deep clean our house growing up. It's like there's something about having your place cleaned and organized that just feels so nice. So again, this is why I love it. And that's it. The downstairs is clean. I actually did do a load of laundry, just of towels in the kitchen and the mats and stuff in the bathroom as well. So everything is now back. And again, every Monday for the couches, I kind of just straighten everything up, make it look nice. I kind of pretty much do that on a daily basis, but now just like everything looks nice and clean and I love it. So I did end up doing the upstairs, but as you can tell, I started, I think May 1st was on a Thursday, and I actually ended up doing the upstairs the next Monday coming up. I will explain more because at the end I'm going to have a little chat with you guys. But being pregnant and trying to clean, it took a lot out of me and my body was very sore. So I decided to take, the weekend to recover and get myself all ready to go for cleaning again. And that just ended up being Monday. Me and Ken did stuff over the weekend. So I went back to cleaning. I did start with doing our bed sheets because they needed to be cleaned. And I knew that if I started there first, then I would be able to get them clean and put back on before the end of the night. And then, of course, I started on the stairs. The stairs, I kind of could say they never really get super dirty. This top area kind of gets dirty the most just because that's where the cat's litter box is and they kind of drag litter everywhere. But just being able to do the stairs is kind of nice. I love like the way the carpet feels and looks after you vacuum it. It's just really, really nice. So again, this little area always gets dirty because of the cats. I did end up vacuuming the nursery floor. I had originally vacuumed it, so it's not entirely dirty, but with us moving stuff around and getting stuff kind of organized, there were like little things that were just on the floor. So I decided I'll just give this a quick vacuum and get that done. And then once I was done doing that, I started on the upstairs bathroom. Now, I always think it's so funny that like I feel like the downstairs bathroom gets dirtier than the upstairs bathroom, but maybe that's because we're always downstairs and we're using it more. The upstairs one doesn't get like as dirty, I think, again, because we're usually downstairs a lot and we're, take showers in here, brush our teeth. Like we're not normally just like upstairs doing stuff. Or I think like the only time it was really getting used a lot was when we were doing the nursery, or like if me or him are downstairs in the bathroom, then we run upstairs. But this area never really gets dirty. And I think also like, again, this is an area that like if I see something that's dirty, I wipe it down. I'm just one of those people that like if I see a little dirt or something on there, I like to wipe things down. That's just how it is. Keep things clean and organized. The toilet up here is like, I think just because of the water, it still has those like rings on there that I've kind of never been able to get off. I have to buy certain things to get like watermarks off. I talked about it one time in another cleaning video and people gave me advice. I just haven't obviously done that yet. I was able to get it off one time really good, but just like the running water and stuff like that just creates so much. Again, as you can see, I did take everything out. I took the shower curtain, the rugs and everything. Again, just wanting everything to be washed. And there is something about washing the rugs and stuff in there because it makes it so fluffy, and I love it on my feet. With the tub, of course, I would, really get into things, but of course, again, I'm pregnant and it's hard to do that. And the shower from the last month, I actually did this for the last deep clean. It wasn't as bad, again, as it was that last month. So I think, again, just kind of keeping up with stuff every month makes it easier for stuff not to necessarily build up, especially in the little corner on the right side. Like, usually that corner gets super dirty, and it was not as dirty as like it usually is. So I'm really happy about that. Again, if you keep up with cleaning your place, like doing these monthly deep cleans, stuff doesn't accumulate dirt as much. So that was actually really nice. And the mirrors upstairs kind of get dirty just with like toothpaste and just like all the stuff that kind of, even like just taking showers, it just leaves marks and everything on the mirror. So just getting that clean nicest too. Again, in these areas on like the left side of the toilet upstairs too, it is hard to get in there when I'm trying to clean. So again, I did take that blue scrubby part that I use for the tub, and how I did downstairs is I cleaned the side of the toilet because I cannot get our steam up in there. So I sprayed the area down there. I really cleaned it. I took a rag and then I wiped it down. Again, just because if I can't get in there with the steam mop, then I like to figure out a way to get in there to get that area cleaned and ready to go. Our bedroom just kind of was cluttered. Like, the stuff on the floor is all clean. We just haven't put it away yet. I don't know why. So I took a moment to just get the towels folded. They were like blankets, rags for downstairs. Again, I think we cleaned them. Ken had brought them up. He threw them on the floor, and then they just kind of sat there. And we kept commenting on the fact that they were sitting there, but we did absolutely nothing. So I'm like, okay, today's the day. I am getting this stuff done. As if you can see in the background, Ben is rolling around the bed. He does that like every time. So we have a little closet out in the hallway that I actually want to clean, that I didn't clean during this deep clean. I might clean it soon. It's just like stuff has been thrown in there from like the second bedroom and just all this like stuff that doesn't need to be in there. So I really would love to clean that out. So I'll probably do that soon. Some of the cat toys and stuff are up here as well that I want to go back downstairs. But getting this floor cleaned. This floor has actually been able to keep cleaner now that the second litter box is gone. We went down to one litter box for the cats. Just didn't want the second one in the bedroom while the baby was in there. So this floor actually has stayed pretty clean. But of course, there's stuff that gets on the floor. So just kind of giving that a good vacuum just felt nice, just to get the little crummies and everything. And Ken eats snacks on his side, so there were a lot of little crummies on his side. So again, just doing these little things to get the place all cleaned and organized felt really, really nice and organized. So again, this is the floor all clean and everything put back together. I, again, just love everything being clean and everything being organized. So I did end up putting the stuff back on the bed. Just having the toys not everywhere too makes it feel less cluttered as well. And again, getting all this stuff back in the bathroom felt nice. And just having everything cleaned and put where I want to go feels nice. Hey guys, I am jumping in here at the end because, like I said, I wanted to explain a little bit more, again, why there was such a big gap. And usually in my past deep cleans, I usually do everything either in one day. Like I'll start early in the morning, do the downstairs, later in the afternoon, do the upstairs. Or I'll do like the downstairs on, let's say, a Thursday or Friday. And then the next day I'm automatically doing the upstairs. But again, because I am so pregnant, I didn't realize that it would take so much out of me. And also because I'm still struggling with my sciatica pain, I was in so much pain just from cleaning the downstairs. Throughout the time I was cleaning, I had to sit down on like a heating pad multiple times. Then like I really just wanted to get the rest of our place cleaned, and then when Ken came home, he could tell that I was struggling, and he was like, just take a rest, like, you're pregnant, don't put your body through it. So I do have to say, like, I was determined to get everything done in one day, or to get it done, do the downstairs on Thursday, Friday do the upstairs. But again, I underestimated how much that was going to do to my body. And I think that's perfectly okay. If you are pregnant, just know that the, further you get in the pregnancy, the harder it is to do just like simple things that weren't hard before. And again, cleaning for me is something I do every single month at the beginning of the month that I love to do. And just like realizing that I'm just going to have to break things down to do what I want to get done is just how I need to do it. So I was going to do, again, Thursday I was going to do the downstairs. Friday I intended on the 2nd to get the upstairs done, but still going into Friday, even into Saturday, my body was so sore. My sciatica pain was so bad. I'm just like, I can't do it. And on Sunday, like over the weekend, like I said, Saturday and Sunday, me and Ken went out shopping and we did like a couple things. So I was doing things, and I just decided on Sunday I'm like, I'm just going to give my body another day to rest, another day to collect myself, and then on Monday we will get back to cleaning. And again, even doing the little bit I did on Monday, I still struggled and my body still was in pain. So again, I just have to realize, cat body here, I just have to realize my body's limits at this point. And again, like I said, the reason I wanted to get this one done is because at the beginning of May, or at the beginning of June, if she does not come early, I'm going to be very pregnant, and it's going to be even harder for me to get a deep clean in. So I knew that this month was my last true month to get this deep clean in, to really, lock this down and get this last one in. And I just really wanted to do that, just because I know that life is going to change once, our baby is born and our daughter's here. And my main focus is going to be like taking care of me and her. And of course, like again, I'll still be able to clean our place, but getting these like deep cleans done probably won't happen for a while. So just wanting to get this last one done. I feel good that it's done. I feel good that everything's clean. I feel good that now that that is done, I can just kind of focus on, keeping up with it and making sure that everything stays clean and organized and all that until she gets here. But I kind of just want to explain that to you guys. If you're someone who loves to clean and you are pregnant, just know that you're going to have some time once you get closer to the end of your pregnancy that you're not going to be able to do like as much as you were before, because it just takes a lot on your body, and you're tired quickly and all that. So I just know that I have to switch around how I do things, and I'm perfectly okay with that, because I, again, am always focused on taking care of myself and my body to protect our baby until she gets here. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I intended on doing these back to back or even doing it the same day, but it just didn't work that way, and that's perfectly okay. So thank you for spending this time with me as I got my last deep clean in before our baby girl gets here. Again, I always hope that these deep cleans encourage you to deep clean or to declutter and do things that you've been putting off, because I can guarantee you we've all been there, where we know we should be doing things and maybe cleaning certain things and we don't, and then we put it off and we put it off and we put it off, and then we're like, okay, it's gotten to the point where we need to do what we need to do. So always, I hope this encourages you to clean. Maybe you put it on and you clean with me while you listen to me chat. I love kind of doing these, chatty cleans, because then I can just film me cleaning and not worry about talking to you guys, and then afterwards kind of just put it together and talk to you guys. That's just the way I love doing it. Hopefully you guys love it. And again, thank you for spending the time with me as I got our last deep clean in. And I will talk to you guys again real soon in the next vlog. Bye, guys.